Hello, everyone. We're just waiting for Shreya's yoga retreat to join us. There we are. Oh, great. Perfect. We finally got it right.
Thank you, Shobhana. I'm
All right,
sorry
thank you.
for
No,
being at a yoga retreat and stressing you out completely.
not an issue at all.
We'll do a short pranayama session after this, maybe.
Yes, please. I need the yoga nidra for sure. All right. So I just want to I would just want to say hello and welcome everyone to Rare India. And today is World Environment Day, and the celebration of this day comes, amidst a time when the world is in chaos. The tumultuous past few months, have quite an impact on our planet, both positively and negatively. And over the last 4 weeks, we at Rare have been, exploring India through the eyes of our hotel partners. And the focus was to highlight the potentials and positives for change. So personally, I see this as a point in time where, we need to take a pause button, hit reset, and go back to the lessons that nature has to offer us, and in terms of mind, body, and spirit. And this is absolutely fitting that in conversation today we have with us Shreyas Yoga Retreat, who has been a long-standing partner of Rare India. And today we have with us Rucha Sukramani, who is one of the founding members, and Dr. Manjula Kadengodlu, who is the senior Ayurveda doctor at Shreyas. So hello, everyone. Rucha, I'll let you do some of the talking. So you tell us a little about the concept of Shreyas Yoga Retreat.
Sure. We started Shreyas in 2004. Like you said, I've been very lucky to be part of Shreyas right from the inception. We began as a yoga retreat. So it's 25 acres of property with 12 cottages. So allowing our guests to have a lot of luxury of space around. And for 12 cottages, we have about 85 staff. So it allows us to personalize, customize each stay with us. We are a yoga, Ayurveda, and a naturopathy retreat.
Right.
The idea being that we are able to give a complete wellness experience to our guests.
Mm-hmm.
To come in just to rest or relax. They can come in for Ayurveda rejuvenation as an introduction to what their body types are, what kind of food should they eat, for simple aches and pains, or also if they have some health disorders or they have any ailments that we need to help with. Then
Right.
we have Panchakarma treatments, we have naturopathy treatments, which help them bring in there. Also, because we are 25 acres, it allows us to grow our own food. We actually have a 3-acre garden where we grow from cauliflowers to avocados,
Right.
all of it ourselves.
Right.
And
Rucha, sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
Could
help.
you speak a little louder, because we've had a request
Oh,
that
sure,
they can't
sorry.
hear you very clearly. So.
I'm so sorry. Okay. So, like I said, we are a yoga, Ayurveda, and a naturopathy retreat, a
Yeah.
complete wellness experience a guest can have with us. The idea being that a guest could just come here to rest, relax, unwind, or it could be for, rejuvenation where Ayurveda comes into play, or yoga
Right.
therapy comes into the play, or naturopathy as well.
Right.
The luxury of having 25 acres for 27 guests is quite amazing, I think.
That is.
We have our own organic farm, grow all our food at Shreyas, almost all of it, not everything. We have our
Lovely.
own cattle. Uh, we get our guests to experience this as well. So they help us, harvest food. They understand how it's grown and how much effort goes into it. So I think
Right.
that adds value. A lot of our medicinal herbs that are used in the spa, whether it's naturopathy, whether it's Ayurveda, all of them come from our gardens as well. So
That's lovely.
not only do we take farm to table very seriously, we take farm to your spa bed also very seriously.
That's nice. And I assume everything is organic, and no
Complete.
chemical, no toxic chemicals are
No, not at
used.
all.
Yeah, that's lovely. Okay,
Absolutely.
and
So,
tell me a little about the location of where Shreyas is located.
sure. We are in Bangalore, Karnataka, an hour's drive from Bangalore airport. so very conveniently located. We are
Right.
fortunate to be in a part of the country where it's gorgeous right now. As you can see, it's green.
It's looking
Uh,
really
some-
beautiful.
Thank you. And sometimes we don't even need a fan. And imagine that in India and in May. So,
That's a
it's
luxury.
absolutely. So beautiful weather all around here. Yes, and accessible from all parts of the world. So very fortunate that way. Yes.
So when we land into Bangalore, we don't need to go into the city, right? We just
Not
can.
at all.
Oh, love. So that saves the
Oh,
traffic woes.
absolutely. Yes, in fact, we are lucky because we are about 50 minutes away from the airport
Okay.
and we are on the outskirts. So you don't even hit the usual Bangalore traffic that we
Right.
are these days famous for. So we are
Yeah.
lucky that way.
Yeah. And if you could explain as a guest who comes in, what is the typical process that happens for a consult to take place? Does it begin before or at the
Uh,
retreat?
I'll start with how an inquiry comes in. When
Right.
we get an inquiry, we try and understand what is an experience the guest is looking for at Shreyas, whether
Okay.
it is just to relax, rejuvenate. There's a beautiful, wellness for the soul package where it's a combination of yoga,
Mm-hmm.
international therapies like a Balinese or a Swedish. If a
Right.
guest is looking for Ayurveda experience, then there's Ayurveda rejuvenation where treatments like Abhyanga, Shirodharas come into play.
Okay.
If they're looking for, health concerns, then there's Panchakarma, there are naturopathy treatments that packages that come into play.
Right.
So we try and understand all of this right ahead of their stay.
Mm-hmm.
We send them a wellness form that they fill in. So we know a lot about them even before they arrive.
Yes.
And sometimes do online consults. Our doctors actually call them up,
Okay.
understand a little more. And
Okay.
they choose a package, accordingly. And
Right.
when I arrive, we have a wellness consultation. We have that with our naturopathy doctors, our Ayurveda doctors, to understand a little more because there's only so much you can learn about somebody,
Right.
on phone or through an email, right?
Absolutely. Right.
So there's a personalized consult that goes on. Then
Okay.
we understand the kind of food that would be lovely for them. So we
Okay.
are completely organic. We're completely vegetarian as
Yeah.
well. Um, so our doctors actually customize, personalize each menu for them. Our chefs
Mm.
come into play. They understand what would suit them, and then a menu is designed accordingly
Okay.
as
So
well.
it's a completely
Um,
personalized menu as well.
Absolutely. So we could have 27 guests, which is our full capacity, and yet each one could be having a completely different menu from one to another.
Wow.
So our doctors could decide on that there's a guest who would be better with a certain kind of a diet, a
Right.
detox diet, a raw diet,
Mm-hmm.
or a complete luxurious vegetarian Indian diet. They
Okay.
planned accordingly.
Okay. And what is the
And not only,
ideal? Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
And not only that, we also customize, for example, when each day actually includes group yoga classes daily, group
Okay.
meditation, group chanting classes. So these
Right.
are also personalized. So if a guest is quite familiar with Hatha Yoga, then they have Hatha Yoga lessons. If it's Ashtanga Vinyasa, then it's Ashtanga Vinyasa. If they
Lovely.
have some health concerns we need to focus on, then there's yoga therapy that comes into play.
That's
So
lovely.
that itself also is customized completely.
Okay.
Now,
That
you
that.
you had a question before.
Yeah, I was just coming to, I mean, what is the ideal duration of, uh, depending obviously on the treatment, but as a bare minimum, what would you say is the ideal duration one must spend at Shreyas?
We have our packages from 3 nights and above, so it's three
Right.
nights to 28 nights.
Okay.
If a guest is just coming to rest, relax, a 3 or a 5 night is
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. But ideally, a 7 night is wonderful because
Yes.
you get to experience each and every experience we have to offer, and you also start feeling and experiencing all that we are talking about. So, your sleep gets better, your
Right.
digestive system performs at a better level. Your yoga that you were struggling with right on day one would be, much better than what it was. So a 7 night is wonderful.
Okay.
But of course, like you said, depends. So if it's an Ayurveda rejuvenation, a 7, a Panchakarma has to happen for 14 and above. So it
Okay.
varies.
Okay. And typically, if a family comes in, I mean, what would be some of the activities that I mean, sometimes it will happen that as a couple, there's one who's doing the treatment and the other's really not doing the
Yes.
treatment. So, what are some of the activities that the other person could be a part of?
That's very important because we can't make one suffer because the other is wanting to be enlightened, right? So that would add on to the
Yes.
so when I say we do bespoke, we do customized packages. It could be a couple, a spouse, or a partner who's
Right.
really soaked into the philosophy of yoga or Ayurveda, and the other one just wants to chill by the pool and have a massage or two, or just relax. So we do that. So, they could be on completely separate paths so that each of them is very happy with the other. So
Right.
we have an infinity pool, a jacuzzi, organic gardens. We have a beautiful gym, a jogging track as
Lovely.
well. We are not a very child-friendly space, but when guests bring their kids, they seem to enjoy nature
Right.
because we get them to milk the cows, get them to know where food is grown. Kiddie yoga classes are taken
Oh, how nice.
for them. So kiddie yoga cooking lessons are taken, so that they enjoy themselves as well. So
Right.
for adults, yes.
And I also do know that you're also very involved with the local community. You've helped with the school, and yeah, if you could just briefly tell us a little about it.
Sure. Right from day one, Pavan, who's our founder, was very particular about that. We need to grow ourselves, but our community as well,
Right.
needs to be taken care of. So we are in a rural setting here. So the advantage is that the villages are all around us. We
Right.
support the villagers, whether it's making toilets or rain harvesting projects that we take over. Our doctors actually go into the community, do hygiene sessions for the
Okay.
community.
Right.
And more importantly, we support an orphanage. So it's an orphanage which has 80 kids and differently abled older women, kids who may or may not have parents, they're all part of that. So we support them completely. Not
Right.
only through education, but teach them yoga, teach them spoken English classes, computer classes. Like they say, don't give us a fish, teach us how to fish, and that would
Yes.
help. So,
Yeah. And can you describe? I mean, I know you'll bring in Dr. Manjula, but just looking at the
yes.
trees behind you, it's just I wish I was there, and having this conversation face to face.
Yes. Uh, Look, I mean, we are so lucky and fortunate that it's 25 acres. There are 700 coconut trees that we have.
Wow.
Plus, we grow. It's not like a manicured space, so it's very natural, organic, which
Yes.
most of our guests love. So, right from all the Ayurveda medicinal plants to neem to all of them are here. Yes, so we are very fortunate to have an environment like this to work.
So you actually grow every Ayurveda plant as well, right? I remember you mentioning
Yes,
that.
yes,
That's amazing.
absolutely.
And I know
In
that
fact,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, please, please.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me.
What we've done is in the 3-acre farm that we have, and all around the property, we have a lot of medicinal plants, herbs,
Right.
trees growing. And next to our spa block, we actually have a small herbarium that we've grown.
Right.
It allows our guests to actually touch, feel, experience what goes into their treatment. So
And that's so
again, like I
important.
said, absolutely.
Yeah.
They see our, spa staff going in, plucking, then a long process in Ayurveda, especially, where
Right.
sometimes the treatments preparation can take 48 hours,
Right. Right.
and so it's fermented, it's pounded, it's soaked, steeped. So all that happens on board under our Ayurveda doctors. Yeah, they overlook all that.
And that would, as I mean, as someone coming in, as a guest coming in, if you can see what is actually being used on you or what you are eating,
Yes,
would make such a huge
absolutely.
difference to even your
It
mental
needs a
well-being,
very
you know.
Absolutely. Our food is very simple. It's clean, it's simple, low on spice, but the flavors kind of,
Right,
come out.
right,
So, you allow the ingredient to be the hero rather than the spices or, added masalas. So we're often told how fresh, how healthy it feels, and it's
right,
still tasty. It's not like they're eating khichdi or something throughout.
right.
Yeah. So, and also it adds value. If I see the amount of effort that goes into growing
Hmm.
it,
Yes,
they see our garden. We follow the principles like when they're gardening, they're chanting mantras. When we are cooking, we're chanting certain mantras because
right.
we do believe that how things are grown and with what. What is your mental state while you're doing,
Yes,
whether it's harvesting or cooking, plays a big role in how the food is
yeah,
served, digested as well. So I
absolutely.
think that's the uniqueness where the guest actually sees all that very genuinely happening. So,
And this is something that they can take back with them as a life lesson as well, you know, when you're back
absolutely.
in your city, in your apartment, you know, it at least plays up. You make the effort to make a conscious change in your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. But what happens is also when I say customizing, our doctors actually, when they sit with a wellness for a wellness consultation, we understand their lifestyle, what do they like to eat, what is the kind of work they do, and how much time they have. So we
Right.
actually give them menus to take back home,
Hmm.
recipes that they can do back at home.
That's so
So
nice.
maybe instead of using an Indian tulsi, they were using an Italian basil, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So they
I
take a piece of stress back with them.
yeah, I know you mentioned that Dr. Manjula has been experimenting and coming up with various little elixirs
Yes.
to tide
Oh
us
yes.
through these
Oh yes.
times. You know, it would be great if
She's a star here.
I know the few conversations I've had with her, I've just absolutely, I mean, I can, even though I'm not there, I can almost, I can see her passion. It's really lovely
Oh
to
yes.
see that come across, you
Uh,
know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So I'll introduce you to her.
lovely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Give me a minute.
yes.
Hello, Dr. Manjula. Here she is.
Namaste, Dr. Manjula. How are you? We can't hear Dr. Manjula.
Okay, so I thought I will take you through
Uh,
to her. If you take
Sorry, we
one
can't
minute.
hear
Can you
you
hear
very
her?
clearly. No, it's
Oh,
not very
she
clear,
cannot.
Rucha.
Give us a
Yeah.
minute.
Yes. Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Give me a minute. Can you hear her now?
Dr. Manjula?
Namaste.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I can hear
Namaste.
you. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. So, Dr.
Thank you.
Manjula, would you describe some of the plants and herbs that are grown at Shreyas? The simple, basic ones,
Mhm.
not the complicated ones.
No, whatever we set up for therapies, in our Indian, the ginger, the pepper creeper, the long peppers,
Lovely.
amrita. So all these are very simple, like castor leaves. All these
Right.
are very simple. We use here on everyday basis, and we grow them here.
That's nice. And Dr. Manjula, as I mean, I would just Rucha touched upon it, but if you could, just give us as a doctor's perspective, an Ayurveda doctor's perspective, what are the benefits of eating and cooking with fresh produce?
So in our Ayurveda, dosha, vata, pitta, those principles. So whenever we cook the food, we are making one process of uh, which
Right.
is easier for digestion.
Okay.
When you cook, use it very warm I'm not telling you hot. When you use it warm,
Right.
it is readily available for the fire in the form of salivary enzymes in your mouth, fire
Okay.
in the form of digestive juices in the mouth. So
Right.
when you are hungry, your digestive juices will be waiting for a food which can be easily utilized,
Okay.
assimilated in the body. So you cook fresh, and it
Mm-hmm.
will be still the in cellular level the cooking will happen, and
Okay.
that will be easily cooked in by your digestion. That's how cooking fresh and eating fresh, warm will help you to utilize the nutrition in the body.
Okay.
So this is what,
That's
in simple Ayurveda terms, I can explain you. Yeah.
that's lovely to know. And I can see on your table you have some lovely herbs. Could you describe them for us
Uh-huh.
and show them to us?
So yes, yes. So we thought we will take you to the house we go here, and we thought if you have them, then you can use it then in your kitchen from your kitchen
Right.
garden. So let me show
Yes.
you one herb which is called as tulsi or Indian basil,
Yes.
Indian holy basil,
Which is found, I mean,
which is
almost all across the country, and almost everyone has it.
yeah,
You know.
right, right, right,
Yeah.
right. So we took this herb as a very common herb, which is
Yes.
very good for all acute respiratory discomforts like cold, cough, which results into fever, or
Right.
maybe your sinus problem, we call
Mm-hmm.
sinusitis, the headaches, the throat irritations. Though
Yes.
this is the one herb you can use it easily. You have
Okay.
to, what you have to take is a very simple procedure, no, nothing complicated. That's what we tell our guests also, what can be easily done. That's what we teach. So
Right.
we uh, have to take some 8 to 10 leaves of it. When you are plucking, we have to
Yes.
pluck the whole leaf with the stem like this.
Ah, that is so
Yeah,
important.
and you have to, yes, yes, it's very important, and you have to keep it under running water like this so
Okay.
that all the dust particle washes off.
Right.
Then don't rub it so that you don't lose the aroma of that herb.
Okay.
Aroma has its own medicinal property. As I was telling, take 10 to 8 to 10 leaves and pound it if you have a pounding.
Coming to the,
Uh,
so I see you're using
yeah,
a wooden mortar and pestle.
right, right, right.
Yeah. Ah, that's nice. So
So
can we
because
use, do we use only wood, or can we use any other metal or?
if you have wooden, the next best is brass, the next
Okay.
best is bronze. Then if you
Okay.
have other things, yes, we can use even steel if there is no availability
Right.
of mortar and pestle. So what we do for our convenience for today's
Yes.
demonstration, we took all the pressed juice, freshly pressed juice. So this is how the
Ah,
juice looks
okay.
of
Tulsi.
tulsi when you
Wow.
press. So there is
And
when you
how
do
many
at
leaves
home,
must be in it? How
this
many?
contains almost 50 leaves.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a bowl from here to here,
Right,
but at
right.
home when you're preparing, take only 10 to 8 to 10 leaves. That is
Okay.
sufficient for a person to
Right.
press one teaspoon of
Okay. So we
juice.
need a
Yeah.
teaspoon of
So
juice. Okay.
yes, yes. So what I did, I will just show one preparation out of it, so that
Right.
you have to take one spoon of tulsi,
Okay.
and we have some fresh lemon juice in this bowl.
Right.
Here we have taken some, I am using the same spoon just to show the measurement.
Okay.
So one spoon of lemon juice,
Okay.
and also we have the ginger.
Right.
We press the juice of it. So we are mixing
Ooh, ginger juice as
one
well.
teaspoon of ginger. So we have one teaspoon of ginger juice, one teaspoon of pepper juice, and 1
And
teaspoon of lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of tulsi
tulsi.
juice.
Nice.
I did not
Okay.
tell you what is the benefit of it.
Yes.
See, if when you are, if you were busy
Hmm.
last night with some
Hmm.
of the meetings and it got really late and morning again you have to attend a meeting,
Yes.
you will not have the energy and enthusiasm and alertness to attend the meeting.
Right.
So to come over that sleepiness you call, take 1 spoon of this and just sip it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it is
just
also
plain,
good.
just plain without water,
Sorry.
right? Just plain without
Yeah,
water.
yeah, just plain without water, and it
Okay.
will keep your. I mean, you will feel freshness
Right.
in your mind, so that you will be a little more alert. And this can be repeated 3 to 4 times a day,
Wow.
to the max 6 times a day. 1 spoon
Okay.
every time. 1 spoon. No need to drink water before that or after
Okay.
that. Yes. So, if you have nausea, say again because of the overworking and all those things, again this is
Right.
very good for nausea also.
Okay.
If you have
That's good to know.
nauseating feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and if your digestion is not very proper, you feel heavy, then this is the mixture we usually give here, and we ask
Right.
them to practice back home.
Right.
It works. That's easier. I think it's easier preparation. So this
That's
one is with tulsi, ginger, and honey. You can
that's it.
also add honey, which I missed. You can also add honey along with uh, lemon juice.
That's lovely. That's lovely. And
So
this is all year round. Can we have it any time of the year, or is it specific to
you
any
can have
season?
it because all these are, if you see, whatever we used here are
Hmm.
available throughout all the seasons. You get
Yes.
lemon, you get honey, you get
Yes.
ginger, you get tulsi.
Right.
It's all time herb, so you can make it fresh and you can use it all throughout the year. Uh, Honey you have to avoid only if a person is diabetic or
Okay.
he or she is very sugar level.
Okay.
Better to avoid it. It's awesome. That's all. That's why I did not show you in the conversation. Just avoided that.
Right. And
So
for some of the guests, who may not have tulsi, is basil a substitute that we could use, or will that not work in the same way?
yes, yes, it will give a similar effect,
Okay.
but near to that effect we can yes,
Okay.
we can do
All
it.
right. Okay.
Yes.
That looks. I hope, Rucha, you're going to go and drink it up. I hope.
I offer her because
Yes.
it's not too bad tasting. Uh,
Uh, we would like to see. And Rucha is not going to be very happy with me today. It's lovely to know. And so this, I mean, you mentioned it not to have it more than 5 or 6 times a day, right? And
yes,
is
there is
is
a
there
reason for that.
okay,
There is a fresh ginger juice in it.
right?
So,
Okay,
ginger is, if you do not take care of the dosage of fresh ginger juice,
yes,
if a person has any irritated stomach, it will get
right,
irritated. They call acid peptic disorder. It may
right.
not be a disorder by itself,
Hmm.
but every medicine has, or medicinal herbs, we
Right,
need to know the limitation and dosage, and accordingly we have to use. Just to
yes,
avoid the overuse,
right.
just to avoid having a burning stomach. That's all. Otherwise,
Okay.
ginger is a very good appetizer with
Ah,
rock salt.
nice
Yes.
to know. Thank you so much, Dr. Manjula. That was, I mean, I have enjoyed it, and I'm going to attempt to make this. You can follow up with me on this on a daily
Great,
basis.
great. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And
Good to know.
I just have one question for, both of you. In today's in scenario with the COVID situation, I imagine
Mm-hmm.
Ayurveda will obviously have, just the cleansing of the system and all of that would really be very beneficial to anyone. But in terms of if Rucha can come back, I'd just like to ask Rucha, how are you at
Yeah,
Shreyas
sure.
preparing for post COVID guests? How is that going
Yeah.
to work?
Yeah. So I will hand it over to her.
Yes.
So that
Sure.
give me a second.
Yes.
Give
Sure.
me a
Sure.
second. Hello.
Hi, Rucha.
Namaste.
Okay, namaste. So I was just checking
Sorry,
as a
I'm just going to come up.
yeah, sure. I was just checking, with Dr. Manjula, obviously in the Ayurveda, the post-COVID scenario is, I think this is an ideal place to be at. But in terms of, Shreyas, what are, how is it conducive to be there post once travel begins again?
Actually, that's a great question because, like we spoke in the beginning, we are lucky and fortunate to have 25 acres.
Right.
So social distancing can happen fabulously here. Whether you want or not, you're socially distancing yourself. So that is one aspect that's taken care of. Even if they are completely full, it's going to be just 27 guests. And what happens is it's open spaces. We have
Right.
always wanted to bring in, nature as close to us because that has a very therapeutic calming effect on us.
Yes.
So whether it's our yoga spaces, whether it's our spa rooms, they're very well ventilated. They have a lot of natural light coming in. So which are some of the concerns which guests might have when they're traveling to a hotel or a retreat or a resort. So
Right.
that is something most guests are absolutely fine with. In fact, you will see we have a repeat guest who's already booked his tickets from US to Shreyas for July. I'm not
That's
sure if the
lovely.
flights are going to be open, the skies are going to be open, but
Right.
I think all our protocols are done. We have all our systems in place for
Lovely.
COVID, whether it's personal hygiene, whether it's sanitization, whether it's
Yes.
equipment that would help in, protecting ourselves and also our
Right.
guests. So
Right.
I think what's most important is for them to see us being well. So
Right.
if they see us well, if they see that we are healthy, we are happy, they see us following protocols,
Yes.
keeping and maintaining a distance, sanitizing
Absolutely.
spaces commonly used, how their laundry is coming in, how are the yoga mats being sanitized. I
Correct.
think that in that faith and
Right.
trust because
Right.
it's important in today's times. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Anyway, thank
And
you so
while we
much. Oh,
do that,
sorry. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, no, it just occurred to me that it's
Yeah.
not just about precaution. It's not about the prevention, but
Yeah.
also, a lot of we treat mental health, mental wellness for now, because all of us have been locked down. We want to step out, but don't have a place or are fearful of it. So spaces like this will help you, go back to your natural core to feel happy, well, uh, in nature. So,
Mm.
like Manjula showed you, we have special decoctions that we are
Yes.
making. Sure, that would be immunity boosting. So a lot of care, whether it's cleanliness, hygiene, sanitization, but also how we are as staff. Are we well? Are we looking healthy? And bring what we are talking about. So.
Right. Right. All right. That's just fabulous to know. It's important that these precautions are taken to, and it's also important that your staff is also well protected. It,
Absolutely.
it
Key.
anyway.
And all of us at Shreyas, all of us do yoga. So whether it's a CEO of the company, or garden staff, a chef, a laundry person, all of us do yoga. All our guests see us doing yoga. So they know we are, really soaked
You
into
are
the
walking
whole
the talk.
philosophy of yoga. Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Rucha. This was a fabulous session, at least for me. I got a few sneak previews, and I would love some more recipes. And you owe me the Yoga Nidra session. So,
Yes, we shall get
yeah.
there right away.
Yes.
And for the viewers who've joined us in, we'll do it as a post. So all the herbs and decoctions that Dr. Manjula was talking about, we'll put it into a recipe
That's
format and
nice.
share so
That would be
that
lovely.
you can make use of it.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
Thank
tuning
you.
in
Thank you.
to Rare. Enjoy today. Today's a special day, World Environment Day, and I hope it somewhere comes into our consciousness that this is something that we have to take care of. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Rucha, again. Thank you, Dr. Manjula. All right. See you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.